It's my feel-good breakfast show.
When it became evident that life as we know it was going to change drastically in the face of the COVID-19 crisis, the events and festivals we love so much started being postponed and even cancelled. Now, on a more personal level, the hearts of many couples and their loved ones have been broken by having to make that awful decision to postpone and cancel weddings. Now, wedding designer and event planner to the stars, Zavion Kotze-Brereton, joins us Expresso via video call to share more about the impact of the ongoing situation on the wedding and event industry. Welcome to the show, Zavion.
Hi, thanks for having me. I love your shirt. It's awesome, and I think everyone should stay at home.
Absolutely. I love you. By the way, I was actually speaking about you recently to Demi Lee Thibault. You did her wedding recently. How was that? Take me through that.
It was awesome. Demi and Tim are really a sweet couple. It was an honor doing their wedding. We had a lot of fun. It was a 4-day event. And everyone had an immaculate time, and everything came out exactly as we planned. We were so happy, and then a week later we had Smeezy's wedding. So it was the most hectic 10 days of my entire, but everything went swimmingly and everything was well executed.
The drama, you are the wedding planner to the stars, but obviously now during this COVID-19, you are a bit more relaxed. How has this whole lockdown been for you?
You know, everyone keeps asking us how the lockdown's been for us, and I think it's been tough on everyone personally, and especially for our industry. It's been quite something that's affected us massively. Obviously, no weddings can be held, no one can really work in this time, but it also has given me lots of time to spend with my husband. And to be at home and to reconnect, because we always care so much about our couples. We often never have the time to actually just play some Scrabble at night time. I don't know when last I had a Friday night that was open and didn't have a wedding. So it was like weird the first time that it happened.
When did you first start realizing that things were changing and a lot of events and weddings are being cancelled?
Our president spoke to us on the 15th of March and announced a limitation on gatherings. And that's when it really started changing. The very next day, we had a lot of couples phoning us in a panic. But luckily that night, we already sat down as a company and we spoke about what's going to happen, how do we see things going forward. And then when the president announced the lockdown, I think things got even more real. But yeah, that first Friday night, the following Thursday after the president's speech, our business and our home is in Mildersdrift, which is like the wedding mile of Gauteng. You know, there's multiple wedding venues in this area, and I have it's never been so quiet. Friday nights, it's usually you can hear distant music and you can hear people shouting and having fun and having a jaw. And for the first time ever, you know, on a Friday night, we heard like the owls and we heard like birds, and we were like, every single noise, we were like, what is that? What's going on? It's been hectic.
It's very sad, and we're all having to adjust to this. But in your opinion and in your words, what does the future of the wedding and the event industry look like in South Africa? And is it clear by which level of lockdown it will be possible to have, you know, normal events again?
You know, I think at the moment with the information that we have, weddings and gatherings will be able to continue, hopefully under level 2 and 1, if at all under level 2 or 1. So it's been quite interesting how people have adapted to that knowledge. Every single industry across borders going through this, and the future of our industry is something that I feel very passionate about in terms of weddings and celebrations are going to be even more important after this than they have ever been before. To celebrate with your loved ones, to have gatherings, to have thousands of people that celebrate in that special moments in time. So particularly weddings, everyone is going to want to celebrate. So best you know, as soon as people are allowed to have weddings, the celebrations are going to be through the roof. And we as a company are so ready to host anyone who is wanting to have their wedding as soon as everything goes down.
Oh, we can't wait for that drama weddings, because you're always serving us those weddings. But have you heard of people that, you know, have been still having their special events and ceremonies in a modified way?
over this time, I've seen some very creative things happen. You know, I saw a couple online that printed the faces of all of their guests and stuck them to chairs and did a little intimate ceremony at home, which I thought was so cute. We personally have a couple who is supposed to be getting married in August, and the bride says, come hell or high water, even if it's just her and her future husband there with myself and my husband, and we have a little bit of a party, just the four of us, if we are obviously allowed to, and she celebrates later, a year from now, then that's how she's going to do it. I think we're going to see some very creative things happen in our industry. You know, if we have a limitation of 10 people, for example, on gatherings, you know, us personally, I'm going to do a flower school, or I'm going to do like a food experience for 10 people, and we're going to keep it super intimate. But I think everyone in our industry is just trying to have that creative outlet again. So whenever we are allowed to do something, best you know, we are going to be there.
I'm going to do a drive-by wedding. I'm going to drive past Jimmy Nevis, and then that's how we're going to get married. So I'll invite you. I'll let you know the details of that, okay? But listen, maybe lastly, what are some of your suggestions for what people can do if they have a huge event coming up in the next few months and are not sure if they should postpone or cancel it in the midst of the current uncertainty?
Look, our advice from our side is for people to really honor what our president has asked us to do. I think that is rule number one. Realize that we are all dealing with this in our own capacities, and that you know, even though you might have an event coming up and it might not be able to happen, take it in your stride and really postpone rather than cancel. You know, by postponing, you are putting the supplier in a position where they are able to still have that business and able to have a way to move forward. You know, again, I want to reiterate how amazing and how important these gatherings are going to be once we are allowed to have them, and how special these events are going to be once everything calms down a little bit. But I think the thing that everyone needs to remember for now is be mindful not only of yourself, but be mindful of all South Africans and everyone that is honouring our president's wishes to stay at home.
Zavion, star wedding planner, thank you so much for joining us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning. Have a wonderful day further, and you know, just keep serving us with that positivity that you are and the person that you are.
Thank you so much. It's been an honor being part of this, and you guys are amazing. Keep doing what you're doing and watch the space. We've got some really exciting things coming up in the next couple of months, so we'll see you soon.
Love you. Now, we can spend time thinking on what might have been, but we can also focus that energy on making the most of the time and connection we are currently building with our loved ones, so we can have an even more meaningful and colorful celebration when it is safe to do so.